and she talked about recruitment and the reason why she stopped showing much interest in recruitment. So she talked about the hurtful people saying hurtful words to someone, and I think she talked about how she devotes all her time in working with SFC to make sure things are moving forward. If she does not have internet, she go to cyber. But after much work, she hear that she does not work, or she only care about herself, which hurt her. She said she's she's trying to seek for opportunity elsewhere while working here, and I think it's what I heard. Yes.
Yeah, you're right, Sandra.
Although I did not finish it, please next another person could help me, please.
It's okay. She says it's okay, right?
Yeah,
So,
you summarized
Mamun,
almost
Yeah.
everything.
But Sandra, if you want to finish, if you have something to add, you can finish. It's fine. Up to Sandra.
Yo, what did you say?
Jay says if you have something
Okay,
to add, you can go ahead.
I think it's good. Let's just go on to Mamoon if
Yeah.
we're good.
Oh, okay, I will just mute for
Okay.
to avoid noise.
Okay. Thank you for giving me the space for for this wonderful session, and I'm very happy that everyone is here. Is not just for money. I'm sure about that because um, I worked a lot of online jobs and other jobs, but actually, the thing is, the people are here. They are actually involved with this organization. Um, as far I remember, last time I wanted to quit, uh, but I saw Jay's message someday asking Lucy that how about Mamun's budget, and I just wanted to come
Oh,
back.
sorry, I was kicked off by this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I was just
We have 15 minutes left into the topic.
okay. So I was pretty astonished with that message. I thought if I quit from here, no one has anything to do with that. Even no one would ask. I was a bit astonished that Jay was asked to uh, get me in the budget. I mean, asking Lucy that how about Mamun. It triggered me, and I, I changed my decision and wanted to come back. And even without the payment and the co-op to policies and getting used to these policies, and I'm very happy that maybe Jay will get some payment, and he will not tell us that he is not getting paid for a year, for 5 year, for 2 year, for 6 months. And yes, I'm happy that there is deliverables that if I work some deliverables, then I get paid, and if I don't, then I don't get paid. As simple as that. And um, I'm happy that we are moving forward, and the organization is getting a bit more functional than last 1 year or 2 years, maybe more than that. But I hope the organization with the new policies might get functional. Also, I have a request to Jay or the executive of this company that those people who actually mm, uh, who actually care for you, even feel for you, even feel for the organization. I'm asking about the organization, not for you or for the organization. You should you should mm, I mean the organization should uh, value them at least sometimes it should be. I'm not asking about the value them with the money. No, the organization can value them with the words, with the motivation, with the recognition, and definitely money get involved because people are doing this session at 2x at night, and for our life needs, when the life needs everything, every chaos and everything, every disadvantage in your life is happening. Everyone has every different issues. Everyone has their own problems. So aside those problems, we are getting together almost every day, for 5 days in a week, and it was like usual to our daily life for last 5 6 years. So I hope the organization will get better, and we will get our recognition, and we will get more value to the organization. Check.
Can someone repeat what Mamun just said? Can someone please repeat what Mamun just said? Am I on mute?
Let me try. I don't know if I remember. I think I just remember the last words. Mamun start by thanking, giving thanks to the organization, and he was really willing to quit, and he also sent a text on saying he's not going to be available. He's running his businesses, and then he saw the message that Jay asking Lucy about the budget. That is where he changed his mind, and he want to continue getting involved. He's also asking for the organization to recognize those who stand with Jay, at least to give them some, to motivate them. Also, we need to He also talking of motivation. We should also motivate these people. We should also promote these people. That is what I grab. I don't know whether is it through Mamun or I add my own things.
Yeah,
Mamun,
yeah,
did
yeah,
Lucy repeat
yeah.
what she said?
That is right. That is right. You can continue, Lucy.
Yeah, I'm just. Let me see if there is something I add. I remember. Yeah, I think that is it.
Yeah, okay.
That is what. So, thank you.
Okay, Jay, do you have something to add?
Um, I could, but we could go into a different topic. I don't think we need to repeat anymore. I think
Okay.
pretty good.
Okay.
But
Okay, we have
So the
8 minutes.
next topic will be. I think we need a break. We need a break. We missed our
oh yeah, we
break.
missed the break. So why don't we take a break? We come back. Maybe we could start a new topic and then figure out from there. Is that
Okay.
good?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Jen.
Just
I'm back.
I'm back.
All right.
I'm back as well.
So, what should our next topic be? The main things that I want to continue to talk about are, moving forward. So I have a few things I'd love to.
Okay, so we talk about is this still open discussion?
Open discussion sounds good. That could be good.
Okay. Moving forward. Let's 15 to 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Any objections to the topic?
No objection.
No, from me.
Is anyone creating the tab? Or should I do it?
Let me do it.
Okay. I just
Okay.
did the summary for topic 1.
I see. Topic 2.
So you say we do have a summary for topic 1? Oh, good.
Yeah, summary is done.
Yeah, but let's just make sure that it actually summarizes. We're supposed to check the summary, right? We had a non-explanation that each person said it was repeated. Okay, but this just says what the topic was. It doesn't say what happened during the session.
So you're supposed to say everything that happened during the session?
No, but you'd say like the highlights. So for example, I would say like lots of apologies were given and addressing past issues, personal tension and needs, and finding ways forward. Like something a little bit more meaningful to like actual outcomes.
Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay,
Open your.
thank you. Let me edit.
I would say overall the team successfully achieved the goal of making sure each person felt heard, right? I'd say overall it was a success.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me edit on Discord. Okay, Jay, we created a tab for topic 1. You can go ahead.
Okay, so topic 2, there's a few things I wanted to add. We don't need to repeat back or anything.
Topic 2.
Yeah. So I'm glad we're finally getting into our contentious session. I feel like if we do this once a month, 1 or 2 more sessions could be enough. I mean, we definitely made some progress here. As far as like moving forward, if we're successful and some of these projects work out and some of the movements, I mean, the movements are definitely growing right now, especially in the United States. We could get a lot more people involved and get a lot bigger pretty quickly. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know what that would mean or how it would evolve, but we just need to be prepared for anything that comes our way, So we'll see what happens, but I'm hopeful and certainly want to see success and want to see us make the world a better place. And there's a lot of people who are interested in doing that these days, even more so than even a year or 2 ago. So we'll see how that all evolves, but it's just good to keep on our toes. In terms of the recruitment deadline, Lucy was talking about how she wants a more professional, more deadline-focused recruitment process. So, for me, it's like pulling teeth to get us to even agree to do recruitment at all. So if we want to do a super wonderful recruitment process with multiple deadlines and everything clear for the recruits and everything, that's great. It's just called work. That's what work is. Setting up a professional recruitment model and following through with it is hard work. So for me, I have a lot of trouble even just getting agreement on a single deadline to do anything at all. So if you want to go way above and beyond that and set up 5 different deadlines with 5 different dates and set up all the information and do the education and the training and everything for the new recruits so everyone's clear on the deadlines and what exactly needs to be done by which day and that everything's organized and perfect, that's great. It's just 10 times more work than what we've done in the past. So that's all I can say about that. So please do all of that work. That'd be wonderful. As far as Co-op 2.0, and moving forward on the monetary side, we have some major problems. The first and most important thing that we have to prioritize to get maximum pay is the potential income and the funds. Like, we have to update the potential income. We've only done drafts, and so it's just not completed. That is client work. From there, we must update the trust agreements and do the new contracts. So we have new contracts, and specifically with the new internal client, that is just where most of our money will be coming from, and we still have not done that. And then lastly, we must do and address the emergency bills cutting. Like, we have to go through all of our bills, review all the bills, and cut. Every single bill that we spend is money we can't spend on human beings. So, we simply just haven't done that yet. So what we have done, we've done enough to get everything for Co-op 2.0 set up, ready to go. We have the minimal budgets that we can do where we can make our $1, $2, and then there's some priorities with $4, $6, whatever, right? So we have like the minimal base setup, but it's just not a lot of money, so there is some stackable value and there's other things that'll help us out, and we will get through it. But we really do need to do the potential income and like build the budgets up and like actually be able to calculate out and improve the model. So if we stick with what we have now, within a month or two, we'll just realize that this is just not enough money for the work that we're doing, right? So to fix that, we have to nitpick and go through the calculations and understand how the money relates to the time, relates to the priority levels. And there's 3 priority levels of the base X multiplier of just like the absolute foundational money that's available. Then we have the priority multiplier, and then there's also the deadlines multiplier. So all of that needs to be done, updated, and included in our Co-op 2.0 gamification and all of the automated systems. Okay, so that is a substantial amount of work, but it's also paid work. So all of that is client work. So we just need to do that and make it happen. Obviously, the first thing to do is the budget and get the budget approved and passed. But then from there, we need to make sure that the client side of things is organized with the new model. Check. That's all I wanted to add in response to everything that I heard. So from here, we need to, as far as the budget goes, we just need to verify and approve, tally up and approve all of the proposals that are required that we're voting on, and then see if there's agreement. But obviously, if there are any other issues or anything we want to go over, we can't. Check.
People are not taking notes, eh?
There's some notes.
Yeah, I'm facilitating and taking notes at the same time. But we are so many of us that say we're supposed to take notes.
Okay.
Okay, who will go next?
I'm taking the note. It's just that when I take the cursor, it's not showing on my side. I don't know why. I need to refresh my machine.
Yeah, please refresh.
Yeah, I'm talking,
Gonna
I know.
skip. Um. Okay, let me just say something. I don't usually have point. Let me go article. Okay, as for me, can someone help with the notes? Okay, let me just take it. As for me, I'm happy that everything is going towards the professional mode. The professional mode, and we and I just hope that Co-op 2.0 works very well. As for recruitment, yes, to an extent, Lucy is correct. We should put a date limit. It should not just be an endless open deadline recruitment. We should at least fix a deadline so that it should at least really look professional, and then we see how it goes. Check. Who will go next, please? Anyone has anything else
Will
to
go
add?
ne- I will go next. I want to add something or respond also to what they
Okay,
saying
Lucy.
about the recruitment. It's not that I want the
Mm-hmm.
deadlines. No, there is this issue. Somebody is coming today. We interview. Another one coming next tomorrow. We interview. That is, we are not having an official recruitment. If
Stop it.
it is, if that window is stop. We should just stop until the next time is coming. That is what I'm thinking. That is why we have the same scenario when we go back to refresh where we are
Where is water there now?
about Jomo. Forgot Jomo because he was coming when the recruitment is ending. So we have to rush. We have to put him interviewed when others are already joined. We need to avoid such thing. We need to avoid by doing that. There was a lot of messages that calls names. We need to treat people like a human being. That is exactly what we need to do. Let's treat people by human being by just having what is difficult. And I'm not coming up with a new thing. If we say we post this thing, take 1 week. After 1 week, you go back, we see how many people already applied. We analyze, we give them another feedback like that. We set time for interview. Those who qualified. Instead of picking one today and one tomorrow. Check.
So, I mean, I don't know how much experience you have with recruitment, but I've never like experienced a situation where all of the recruits just magically all do the interview on the same day. It's certainly possible, but it's just a lot of work to coordinate 10 people to all have the exact same schedule and get them all interviewing on the same day and like coordinating it all. So if that's what you're talking about, that's fine. You just have to do that work to coordinate all of the people to come to the interview session and just do it all and then make sure that nobody is straggling afterwards or whatever, you know? So I mean, I don't know. I
I
don't know what
have
else to say, but
experience. I did the recruitment with the 24 VA. There is not even no people here, Jay. People are so many. Like you will really know who is serious and who is not serious because we have one session where we are trained, thorough training for 6 days. Then after that, you do the interview. If you don't qualify, we just communicate to you. We are sorry, we are not going to move with your application. All of us won.
Time
There
to
is no
pause.
different time
Please
set for
stop.
another person.
Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
In this case, let's say if we have 10 people or 20 people applied for it, then now we communicated to them. There will be a session to take you through about the interview tomorrow at this time. If you are ready, we take all of them through. Whoever show up, that's showing the seriousness. Then they will show up, we train them, we take them through about the interview. Then we tell them this is how the interview is going to be done. Then the next day or the same day, or we can put the next day for the interview. But the
Okay,
first section is
so
for for them to be clear. If they have question about the anything, they have to go through the questions. If they have anything to ask, if they're not clear. But for this, always we do interviews, we do recruitment one. That is not good.
okay, it's whatever we can do, Lucy. I mean, like all I'm saying is that we should just follow the policies, right? Like if you are capable and able to, get 20 people all to show up at the same session at the same time and the same day and to get everyone trained perfectly and have it all done well, that's great. That's wonderful. In our policies, there's nothing that stops me from or anybody else from scheduling at a time that they're available. Like if someone's not available that day and they're like, "Oh, I'm available on this day during, Hydra or whatever," and someone wants to schedule with them, I mean, it literally is just a written interview. It's nothing even complicated. So I don't know. Again, I think it's all perfectly fine to do that. It's a significant amount of work to make that work happen and work well. It's always easier to just schedule when people are available and communicate with them and deal with, one person at a time is always easier. So if you're able to do the coordinated effort and going above and beyond the policies, that is great. So that's extra and it's wonderful, right? But you wanting to, put on this big, one time interview session or whatever it's going to be, that is fine. It's great for you, but it doesn't necessarily stop anybody from scheduling to do a normal interview, right? With anybody who's interested in working. So what I'm saying is if you want to propose that no one's allowed to do any other interviews and that our policy is now there's one single interview session and you either show up or you don't, I have no problem with that. And then we can vote on that policy and we can address it. But the current policy is that anyone can do an interview with anyone whenever they're available to schedule, which is pretty normal for an organization, as far as I know. Does anyone else have a different perspective of the policies or?
Mm, yeah, it's true. Yeah, I have done interviews, and you always have they always propose you different dates and different times that you might be available. So I don't think it is true. I don't think everyone will be available at the same time. I don't know, but I've been doing interviews, and I think they've always given you the option, so many options to choose. So, but if we can get people to come at the same time, then that will be good.
Yeah, you know the reason we can do even per octane. I explained this to Jay actually. That I am telling him we can even do. Someone can say I'm available after now the session, the first session. They can say I'm available. Andromeda. I'm available Zuri. I'm available Cobalt. Then we set them according to those times. But I disagree. They think that after doing all interviews, someone comes in. We just like endless recruitment.
Yeah, that's true. We cannot do an endless. We should have a time frame for the recruitment, a deadline to stop recruitment. That's how every normal recruitment is done. It's open. There's a time when the recruitment is open, and then for the interview you can give options like our interviews are open maybe Monday, Wednesdays, this time to this time for 1 week. so that they can feed themselves within that time. Because we should not be doing endless interviews. Someone will come today and then another person comes the next month. So
Yes.
I think we should just be organized.
All right. So I mean, let me just basically set up the policies as far as I understand them. So we have a half year recruitment requirement policy. So this means that you have 3 months to do what we call the initial, the
Line
initial
topos.
recruitment
Done.
post and
Close your count.
budget.
1, 2, 3, 4,
So you have the beginning of the half year, and then you have 3 months to update the post, get the post posted, follow up with the actual people to schedule the interviews and get their pops and finalize the budget. All right, 3 months. Then you have a deadline that you have the budget completed with the new recruits. From there, you've got 3 months to follow up with every individual that communicated during the recruitment process. In other words, the first 3 months. And then you have the deadline to finalize the budget by the end of those 3 months with the people who fell through the cracks during the first 3 months. So it's like, that's my understanding of the policy. So for example, right now we're extending the deadline for a month. So we have 1 more month out of the first 3 months to do the initial recruitment and the initial budget. Then we're only going to have 2 months to finalize the follow-up of all the other people who don't get through the first 3 months. And then we start over again. Like, that's the policy as far as I know. So I don't see what's so wrong with the policy itself. And this is not a policy for, like, we are an open organization and anyone can get involved, but they're required to run their own recruitment and a recruitment process. So if people want to get involved and they want to run their own recruitment process, they want to basically oversee their own involvement, they can get involved whenever they want. What we're saying is we have a 3-month deadline during a half year where the workers themselves are required to run the recruitment and support everyone as equals to get into the budget, and then or as a
We have 13 minutes remain.
or as a equity only or volunteer, and then we have 3 months to follow up with it. I mean, that's the policy, right? But we're not like, if someone wants to get involved after the deadline, it's not like they're not allowed to get involved. I mean, they can still get involved, but we're just not responsible for it. But what we are responsible for is following up with the recruitment after the recruitment is over, because that's what the recruitment is. You do the recruitment. The budget of the recruitment process is the middle point of the recruitment, and then after the budget's completed, you follow up with the recruitment to finalize and all the loose ends. And doing like the training and stuff like that. So it's like, it's twice a year we do this recruitment. I don't think it's even that much that we're asking. And it has nothing to do with the budget. It has nothing to do with the money. It has everything to do with the fact that we're just an open organization and we're required to be publicly accountable. And so this is part of how we do that, is we actively engage and recruit and encourage people to get involved twice a year. It's like a requirement. If we don't have money, then that means we need to recruit and find people who are willing to be involved without money. And we have unbelievable amounts of work to do. If we're successful with the movements, the programs that we're doing, every single level and every single locality and every single country in the world will be having people's conventions and be working together to solve problems. And every single level will need groups of people coming together, and need facilitation, and need decision making and documentations and recording. I mean, the amount of work that needs to be done is mind-boggling to build a new democratic system, to build a new decentralized society that's not just owned and controlled by the billionaire class and people who just have lots of money. So what we're trying to do is not easy, and we need a lot of people involved. And again, there's our programs. So we have all these programs that are big and expansive and potentially world changing. And then what we are as the co-op is we're the administrative support for the programs, right? So we just do administrative support, which is hard work, right? Whether it's the finances, the taxes, the all of the money and the tokens and the tech systems and whatever it takes, to actually support the programs to make the program successful at every level, from local all the way to global, right? So there's never going to be enough people to do all the work. And we can't even do the work that we've been trying to do for 5 or 10 years, which is even without hardly any active programs going on. So the recruitment is just something that we do. And if we do the recruitment and nobody wants to get involved, that's not our problem. We just are required to do the recruitment and invite people to get involved. And whoever does get involved, we just treat them as equals because they're no different than us. Does that sort of make sense, or we're just not at all?
Yeah, it does make sense. Yeah.
So if we want to run a super fancy, super amazing, everything happens on this one day, great. We can get 20 people all on one day to all show up and perfectly synchronize and do it all and get it all done in this beautiful professional way, which again is like 10, 20 times more work than just having chaos. Like recruitment chaos will always be easier than a perfectly scheduled professional recruitment process, right? So if you want to do a perfectly scheduled, beautiful, amazing professional recruitment process, that's going to be 10 times the work than having a chaotic, completely ridiculous recruitment process, which is what we typically have, right? But then even after we complete the recruitment, the perfectly professional, amazing recruitment process, that it doesn't just end. You still have to do the follow-up. There's still follow-up and verification and review over the next multiple months to make sure that all the people that communicated but didn't get completed at the end of the deadline are still followed up with. Like that is our policy. And we have 3 months to do that. And which means that for the second 3 months, there's no new outreach. Do you understand? No new outreach. We only follow up with people who contacted us from before, unless we have agreement on doing like a mini recruitment round or whatever. That's my understanding of the policy. And I'll go ahead and copy and paste this into our policies database channel. But does that sort of make sense, or no? Lucy?
To me, it makes sense.
Lucy, does that make sense
Yeah.
to you?
Yes, it makes sense.
So if someone contacts us after the 3 month the first deadline, as far as I'm concerned, they would be included in the next recruitment process, and we can choose to help them, or they can help themselves. So basically we're saying, well, you just got involved afterwards. But Jomo's situation was different. Jomo contacted us and got involved in the recruitment process before the deadline. So they were actively engaged and involved in the recruitment process before the deadline. The deadline happened, and after the deadline, we were required to follow up with them along with all the other people who were involved before the deadline. And we didn't do any of that. We didn't follow up with Jomo, and we didn't follow up with anybody else. And eventually we did follow up with Jomo because it was such a big issue, but we ignored the other 40 people who also were supposed to have been followed up with and didn't do the work. Okay? So now what we have is we have 1 month and 1 day to do this recruitment round, complete it as professionally as we can. There will be a deadline. The deadline is the budget itself. No one will get paid until the budget is approved. And then we have 2 additional months to follow up with all the details in regards to the deadline. And that will be June. Let's see, Moon Giant. Oh boy, monthly moon calendar, full moon calendar. So we are looking at June, I believe. So I think it's June 25th is the end of the half year. So we have April 27th, which is going to be the due date for the budget, the first, or like, you know, the recruitment budget. And
Please,
then
someone to Lucy help facilitate.
June
I need 5 minutes.
25th,
Okay.
June 25th will be the due date for the follow-up recruitment.
We have 5 minutes remain.
So does that make sense as far as like the process?
Yeah, the process, yes. Maybe in future we can just see how we can try to check on our policies of recruitment.
Yeah, I
But for
mean, we
now,
can work on our policies now. It's perfectly fine. But the point is, like, there's nothing stopping you from doing the work to organize the recruitment to be beautiful and professional and just amazing and simple and all happen in one session or whatever. That's the work. That's what the work of recruitment is. Nobody does that. I end up doing 90% of the recruitment work by myself because no one helps with it, and I can barely do even the minimum.
but the process of recruitment, to be honest, to me, if you can let me, if I can do the recruitment myself, the first thing I will just do, I will just make sure the first thing for me to get ready is the post. What am I going to post? Then I'm
That's
writing the
policy.
set.
Yeah, that's the policy. We do the post first, and then we post it, and then we do the interviews and the budget. That's how it works. It's exactly what works. And if we need to do rankings, we do the rankings. So I don't see any difference. The only difference is trying to herd cats. Like if you have 40 people and you're trying to get them all to do the interview on a single day, it's like herding cats. And if you want to do that and you want to get everyone professionally, perfectly organized, that's fine. It's just a lot of work to do that. Does that make sense?
Open your eyes.
Yeah, but the interview process for this is different for where I did before. The process is so long, but for that it was just easy. The first thing you're just told to
What is
drop.
so long? The interview process that we have now is a written interview. They just literally work by themselves in a written interview, and then it's done. And we answer all their questions so that they know what's going on, and then they do their pop, and that's it. It's really easy compared to before.
I'm comparing to others where I did the recruitment. That's why I say it's different. For this one, it's a bit very different because in where I was doing the recruitment, it's very simple. The first thing I'm just given the login and where I should post and full stop. You just have the post, the post verified how it look like, and that is it. We are given
But that's probably because you're not doing the recruitment. You're probably just doing the post, and then they do the recruitment. Because there's not doing recruitment is not just the post. You have to actually follow up and do the interviews and communicate with people and all that. Like I don't understand, how could you not have any communication? It doesn't make any sense.
So why I finish? Then after posting, we give the deadline. We set the deadline on the platform. We usually do on Aqua. We set the deadline. After the deadline elapses, we go back and review. We read CVs, people who are qualified for the interview, and we send. There is a form. You indicate now. We say this is you communicate to them. Those are the people who are they're qualified. You communicate on.
Yes, so that's the work, Lucy. That is the work. Like if you want to do the work and the recruitment work, so if you want to read 100 CSVs and review every single person under a whole brand new criteria of what means to be qualified or not qualified, that is an unbelievable amount of work. And if you want to do that, that is great. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Just do it. Okay? Do you understand? In our process, we just invite people
Yeah, I
to
was explaining
here.
the difference. I'm not saying we should do like the other organization. I was explaining the difference between that and
I
this.
understand the difference. If we had tons of money, we would be hiring people who are very qualified and who are, meeting very, very strict criteria. That is not our situation. We have like no money. We'll take whoever we can get based on the amount of money that they're willing to be
Time
paid.
to take a break. Please stop. Write down whatever you are about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
Okay, Jay.
So our recruitment process is much more focused on who is willing to do the work for such low pay because we don't have any money, right? Which is very few people are willing to do that. So we don't get that many people. And so it's just a matter of filtering out the people who basically want to get paid a lot of money. They might be amazingly qualified. They just want $20 an hour. And they want like $2,000 a month. So that's great. They want $2,000 a month, but that's our entire budget. So that would be paying one person. So we fire everybody else and we hire one person for $2,000 a month. That's fine. That's what we want to do. But it's not about qualifications. It's about whether or not we can fit them in the budget. Does that make sense in terms of like our priorities? So our model is very, very clear. We do 50% skills and we do 50% budget, right? So their pay rate and skills. So 50% skills, 50% pay rate, right? So and that's our evaluation. That's our ranking. So our ranking evaluations are based on evaluation skills and pay rate. That is how we choose who will be ranked high and get in the budget. Does that make sense?
Yes, Jay, it's fine. Yeah.
Like that's what we all agreed to as far as like doing it. So again, people can have the most amazing CSV that has ever been written on the face of this earth. But then if they want $100 an hour, it just doesn't matter. They don't meet our ranking. They don't meet our expectations. They cannot be part of our recruitment. So if you want to spend 20 hours reading through 100 CSVs, you are very, very welcome to do that. It's up to you to do the recruitment work if you want to do the recruitment work. But again, everything I'm hearing you say is amazing. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Nobody's stopping you from doing any of that work. It's just our requirements for recruitment are almost nothing. Like what we are required to do by the deadline is very, very minimal. And what you are proposing is like 10 times more work than what's required. So if you want to do all that professional work, that is wonderful. Great, great, great. I would love that. But what we require in our policies is like 1/100th of that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you want to do the minimal amount of work for the recruitment and have just like the most minimal, like it's all kind of chaos, but we just get through as quickly as possible. And then we just do the budget as best as we can and we just move on. We can do that. And yes, it's pretty disorganized. It's all over the place, but that's the minimum required. If we want to organize it and coordinate the whole, we're supposed to have a recruitment team that meets weekly to coordinate the entire recruitment. We're supposed to have a ORC team that organizes and coordinates all of our outreach for the organization. So we don't have those. So if we did have those, and we could even hire entire teams to oversee our recruitment and our outreach, it would be amazing. And we would have super professional recruitment with like, full-time teams that oversaw all of the work to make it the most professional, amazing recruitment and outreach that has ever been done. But again, we don't have any money for that. So if you want to do that, that is great. You're fully welcome to do it. But under our policies, the minimal requirements are basically just put out the post, follow up with whoever we can to do the interview and the pop, and then we put them in the budget. And if we need to, we do the rankings, and that's it. That's all that's required to be done to the best of our ability. And if we do it, that's wonderful. And if we don't do it, then we just have to follow up until it's completed with the budget so that we have agreement. So as long as there's agreement on the budget, we have completed the recruitment. That makes sense?
It makes sense, Jay. You are clear.
Yes. And then everything else after that needs to be followed up on. So it's going to be like a big, huge hurry chaos for 1 month. And then it's just like over. It's like, okay, that's it. The budget's approved. We're done. And we can approve the budget. We don't have to wait until the new moon to approve the budget. We can approve the budget a week early. So if we have 4 weeks, we could do week 1 posting, week 2 interviews and pops, week 3 approve the budget, done. We don't have to wait for week 4. We don't have to wait till the new moon. We don't have to wait till after the new moon. We could do it a week early and approve the budget and approve everything for the beginning of the month a week before we're supposed to have the deadline. There is nothing stopping anyone from doing the work and completing the work. So for me, that means that the deadline is when the work is completed. So if we were complete the work for the new budget and the recruitment a week early, anyone who comes after that, it's like, sorry, we already approved the budget a week ago. So you're going to have to wait until the next budget or do a temporary or do whatever. We'll follow up with you when we have time. And we're required to follow up with you by June 25th. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool.
We are out of the topic.
At
Time.
4 o'clock. Time to
Out
start.
of time for the
Please
topic.
get
I think we should stop here for now.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah. Let's do topic summary.
Okay. Are you doing the summary for topic 2?
Yes.
I feel like topic
Okay.
2 is mainly focused on recruitment, and we could put that as an indexed item in our recruitment policy, recruitment process training.
Oh yeah. Two.
Okay, let me do
Session summary.
what's this? Yes. Let me do session update. Every time we celebrate, the people are hungry. They must- Where exactly do we do session summary? Which tab?
You
Or
go
only on
to
Discord?
no. You can do
View
that
of
on wrap up.
okay, wrap up. Maybe on wrap up, Jay.
Yeah, let's wrap up. I mean,
Yeah.
really, wrap up and next steps is just budget.
On
budget.
wrap up, can you quickly just review FQN budget? Quickly review FQN budget.
Or we could make that a topic, whatever. If you want to link it on Discord, you can take a look at it.
Okay, let me link on Discord. Or can we just make a topic now? But I think we need to stop. We're already 2 hours over the time. Yeah, right? No, not yet. I think.
We are
Jay, can
done,
we
of
just
course.
quickly
with
make a
the wrap
topic?
up.
Jay, can we quickly make a topic and review FQM budget?
Yeah, you guys can make a topic however you want. Yeah, we could do topic, or we could just link it on Discord, or you could link it and wrap up. I don't know, whatever it is. We just need to do it quickly. So all we really need to know is what the total.
Okay, let
is.
me link it on wrap up.
close your eyes. Count 1, 2,
Yeah,
3.
I think it's within the alignment, the alignment. It's within, but I don't want you to see. But it's within the alignment, everything. I'm linking wrap up online 27, 24, pardon. Have you seen it? It's online 24 on the wrap up. Let me do summary. Session summary. Is Mamun still here? Mamun, are you with us?
You may be sleeping.
Daniel, what is wrong?
So the only thing missing here, oh no, you got 1.5 budget, 299. So time budget is $300. Perfect.
Ready. Now inhale.
No
1,
reimbursement. Ooh, no
3.
time buffer.
1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
So as long as you're gonna be capped at the 20 hours per week, so that will as long as you're okay with that, because you have no time buffer. All right. So anyways, looking good. I think everything looks like it's in alignment with what we were looking for. So you just need to propose it to the HR board and get it approved. Just
Okay,
like,
Jay.
and it's all good for this month. So that just leaves us with one thing and one thing only: the actual proposals and tallying of the co-op 2.0 proposals and finalizing the UMCUS discussion. So we're literally like almost done with that. So I don't know if we want to just like prioritize that for tomorrow, or if we want to try to get through some of that today. I mean, whatever you all want. Kind of thing.
I think to me, I don't know if Luz will be available, but to me, we should prioritize it tomorrow.
Prioritize doing what? Recruitment? Prioritizing on what?
Prioritizing on the budget, finalizing the UMCUS co-op 2.0 proposals.
People are not yet voted. You see me following people to vote.
Yeah, but this is the main session, so we could just approve them today. So, but anyways, the point is that we need to get those voted, tallied, approved, so we can move forward with the UMCUS discussion and get all of that approved. So that's the only thing outstanding at this point, besides the HR board approval, is the client expectations.
Now, Jay, you are not. I'm not yet clear about HR. Are we still giving them 10%?
That's a great question. It actually is different. So there's a new kind of calculation, which we haven't finalized perfectly, but basically the money goes into well, wait. So first of all, there's the bonuses for doing the work. So whenever we do the actual client work bonuses, the workers get a direct bonus personally themselves, right? So the entire budget for the HR board comes out of our internal operations because it's an internal component. It has nothing to do with client work. So all of the money that comes into the HR board must be...
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Must be through the base budget. So if there is no base budget, the HR board gets nothing. So this entire month, the HR board cannot get any payment unless they're working on actual work, like bonus work. You know, they could technically get some bonuses for internal operations. So then a certain percentage of all of the money from the income for the umbrella business goes to the internal operations. Whatever amount of money goes into the internal operations is then shared between all of the work deliverables for the organization or operations. There's 3 categories of work operations for the organization. There's the internal operations, there's the oversight operations, which is the HR board, and then you also have the communications operations, like the social media and the outreach and like our summaries and sessions and all that, right? So those 3 are then split up in a certain amount and percentage of the money of the internal operations. For example, 10, 25% or whatever would go to the HR board for the deliverable. So the HR board is now only getting paid to complete their deliverables. So for example, they will get paid their $2 for voting. So every time they vote on a budget, they get $2. Does that make sense? So it's like, they get paid based on their actual delivered work. So if they don't vote, they don't get paid for voting. But then maybe they work on the deadline. So if there's a problem with the deadlines, and the HR board works on the deadlines, they can get paid $2 or $4, whatever the amount that has been approved for working on verifying and changing the deadlines.
Are they aware about it? They should be aware.
Yes, they are aware about it. We all voted on everything and they should vote on it too. And they should be approving the new terms, and everybody needs their contracts to be updated. So all of our contracts will be required to be updated for all upfront pay processes. So obviously this first month of upfront pay that we do in our payroll will be the first time that we're required to review all contracts. So that's going to take a lot more time than future months when all of the contracts have been reviewed a month before. So right now we've never reviewed the contracts. So all of the contracts are going to need to be updated. That includes for the HR board. So if you are on an hourly contract, it's going to change to a fixed contract. Okay, and we might even need to update the POPs and make it clear on everybody's POP that they're now on a fixed contract and that their pay is based on
for 30 seconds.
Deliverables completed. Okay.
Okay.
So anyways, there's a lot of details into changing all of these details for Co-op 2.0 and with the website and getting everything gamification and just the whole model and the whole process of verifying all the contracts and updating the terms. I mean, this is going to take many, many months. We're going to try our best to do as much as we can to make things as clear as possible to the new recruits this month. And so we'll do we've already done a quick update to the recruitment packet. We're going to need to update some of the legal responsibilities and the terms and other details, and we'll do our best to update it quickly. But then we're going to need to go back through it and review it and verify it over many, many months to double check and triple check everything, because basically every single document we have, every single training, it's all going to change a little bit with Co-op 2.0. Okay?
Okay.
So we don't need to do it all at once. We can do little by little. First, we just fix the recruitment packet. Then we fix the terms. then we fix some policies here and there, then we, update the contracts, then we do this. But then once we get it all done, all those things have to be done once. Once they're done basically until we want to update them again in the future. So it's just a one-time thing to update the contracts and get everything organized. But the HR board should be voting and will need to approve the terms for Co-op 2.0 to be involved, right? But my understanding is both Abu Bakar and Alice have both agreed to Co-op 2.0, but we can verify that.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. So I think we're fine.
Okay. Let's now go to today value. We are on
Okay, the
wrap-
summary, my summary for the session summary is on the wrap up. J, you want someone Lucy J, you guys put an eye on it and see if it's okay.
I don't understand. What is the question? Oh, the summary for the
it's
session?
okay. Oh yeah, she's saying we check on some of the this.
Mm-hmm. You review so I can post on Discord.
I mean, it's not perfect, but I think it's good enough for me. Just like I would say overall, the main outcome for the session was that, we had our first contentious session for, with everybody for over a year, and that everyone felt heard. It was good. And then we addressed some of our moving forward on the recruitment and how we're going to improve Co-op 2.0. And our next step is the budget, right? So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
But anyways, I think what you wrote already is basically 90% of that. So I think it's fine.
Okay.
So there's just a few things that are missing.
Okay. I'm glad we have for value. So we have $6. Let me get the
So main session's $4. Contentious situation reporting is $2. Yeah, so that's correct. So the total value would be up to $10. So I would say the first thing to do is the total stack value, right? So I would say the first thing to do is the $4 for the main session. So this would be like I don't know, like could split it. No, it'd be equal $1 each, right? So $1 for each person, right?
okay.
So if you split it equally, it would be $1 for Lucy, $1 for Mamoon, $1 for Sandra, $1 for Ate, and then that's $4. So that looks fine. And then as for the running of the session, that would go through our policy verification and who actually did the work. So the question is, who did the recordings?
I did the recordings.
Ate and Lucy.
So 50% Lucy, 50%.
Mom also was recording. Maybe
What do you see here right now?
He's sleeping.
he's sleeping.
How do you know he was recording? Did anyone link the recordings?
I think Lucy did for video.
I
I'm
linked
uploading.
the
There's
recording.
no recording linked yet. So I would say,
There's the link.
There is.
The recording link.
There's a link.
Get
Check
ready.
all
Now
my
inhale.
topics have the
1,
link.
2,
I even
3.
did the calculations.
Exhale. 1, 2.
okay, well that would be the indexing though. You need to link the recording to the prep.
Exhale. Relax.
To
Yeah,
the,
I have the link, Jay.
Okay, so
Mama, Mama, welcome.
Sorry, I was
Welcome to the
talking and I was mute.
sleep. Eh?
Okay.
okay, so let's go to the notes. So who did the notes and linked the notes?
I link the note.
Okay, so Lucy linked the notes, and then what about
I
taking
link on
notes?
Discord.
You linked on Discord. Okay, but what about taking notes? So 50% Ate, 50% Lucy. Did anyone else help with notes? All right, so then
I think
timekeeping,
no.
rhythm, and breaks.
Mamoon, please communicate. I don't want the
I
issue and
also
later
taken
say
note,
that.
Jay.
Jay, for
Mamoon
the
was taking
notes,
notes.
Ate took the highest. I've been taking a note. I don't know what else.
Yeah, I took the notes as well.
So like how much notes did you take? Like 10%, 15%? How much?
Mm,
Yeah, I did the note entire session.
topic. Okay, let's say 25%.
How about 20%?
Okay, okay.
So it'll be 40% Lucy, 40% Ate, 20% Mamoon. Does that sound good for the notes?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yes.
Okay, so what about timekeeping, rhythm, and breaks?
Rhythm, I have my rhythm and break as well. I'm doing
Ate,
timekeeping.
did you do any timekeeping?
And
It's
the
4 o'clock.
time to start.
No.
Please get
No.
focused on
Okay,
the
so that's 100% Lucy.
I
So
did.
the indexing and trainings linked. So are all the trainings linked?
I did the training links.
I'm
Okay.
uploading mine to put the link.
Did
I'm
you
doing
did
my
you
audio.
did you link the indexing for the recruitment?
For the recruitment, yes, I linked the link there. It's on the top there. I would like to
No.
link
My
it on
question is,
now.
did you link it to the recruitment process training?
No, I'm linking now.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so Lucy did all of the indexing, is that correct? So then topic session storytelling. Who did topic session storytelling?
Ate
At
did
the
two.
end.
Ate did
Ate did all of it?
no.
Lucy did one.
I did one. Ate did two.
So and that, but it's also the session storytelling too. So let's say 80% Ate, 20% Lucy. Okay,
Okay.
so policy verification at the beginning. Did you do the verification at the beginning?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do 50-50.
Yes, I also checked. Everything was done.
So policy verification at end, I'm doing that. Um, hours tracking, we're still not doing that. Tracking community, no. So the link to the recording is the only thing that's missing. And we did our statement, so that is all good. So I think overall we're at minus the link to the recording. So let's see what we got. So we have one link for YouTube. So which one is this?
I think topic one. I saw
No, under
topic one
PrepUp.
new
What
link for
link,
YouTube.
who put this link here in the PrepUp?
Where? On which topic?
On the tab, the first tab, which is called preparation, PrepUp, this is where you put the link to the recordings.
I put the links on there.
This is your link,
Link?
Lucy?
Yes.
Okay, so I would
Yeah,
say
that should be her link.
that Lucy did the recording. I can also add my link just to make sure it is there. Oh no.
And then mine, I don't know. Should I stop the recording because mine, I'm uploading it before I have to put it there. So I don't know why it's not taken into consideration. So I
Huh.
think
It's like my
I'll
only
stop
went
doing
for
the
like a half an
audio.
hour. Well, yeah, you just need to upload the audio and then link it.
That is the problem of Voodoo. I try that
Yeah,
thing. I don't like it.
I'm doing the upload. So now
Yeah,
is
you
that
do
not
the upload and
now
then you
it's not
link
going to
it.
be considered? So I don't understand.
Why would it not be considered? You just need to upload it and link it.
You have to link.
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the upload
Okay, and then are you gonna link
on
it?
the my Vibe.
You have
Yes, it's still
50%.
uploading J. Immediately if it's uploading, I'm going
Okay,
to
but
link it.
we put here 50% recording, right? So I don't understand. Half of the recording value is going to you, so that seems like enough.
Okay. I'm talking of the linking. Because I had something like linking. I don't know. Don't want to be shared of what I'm hearing.
I just don't understand what it is that you're talking about.
It's okay. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead.
Jay, you are asking to link the recording. Hello.
Of course, yeah, you're required to link the
Yeah,
recording. That's the requirement.
I'm doing it, Jay. I
Yes.
have the recording. I'm doing I'm just linking it. Just give me a one or 1 minute.
Hmm.
I'm
Yes.
linking the recording.
You did online record. You did on YouTube, right? You have a live.
Yeah, I
My
did.
my live streaming is now stopped.
Mm,
Okay, so under these calculations, the total for this is
Two live stream be going on at the same time.
233 for Lucy, 153